What's going on, guys? Here's your boy Clink with Clink Motor again. Today we're going to do something a little different. Like always, we always got to try something different. Today we're going to attempt to change out our grips. Got myself some Vans Colts. Let's check these bad boys out. The first thing you're going to notice when you get these, one inside diameter is bigger than the other. The bigger one is your throttle side, so you want to make sure you get the right one on the right side. Just need a couple tools. Of course, over here, let me get that out of the wind. Torx wrenches, Allen wrenches, and I like to use just some hairspray. Seems to work the best for me. So let's get started on this little project, shall we? Alright, first thing we're going to do, take out our Torx bits. Make sure you get the right size because you don't want to strip it out. So most Harleys, at least the Dyna line, you're going to want a T27 for these ones. And I believe it's a T25 for these ones. Yup. Now you're going to want to make sure you don't lose these little screws. I've had to replace them a couple times playing around like this, because unfortunately, little black screw, black asphalt, yeah, they blend together very well. I'm going to take the top one all the way out. Try not to scratch my mirror. I think that's easier said than done. I'm going to pull these apart. Ooh, I almost lost one anyway. Alright, now that I got those apart, these grips that I put on, they literally sit and lock in inside there, but they don't lock tight, so they have a tendency to vibrate a lot. So with that off, I think I need to go get a towel out of the pickup truck and some brake parts cleaner, clean that bar end off, and get a little brake parts cleaner on this Scott's paper towel. And we'll wipe down the bar end here. Making sure to get off all that residue and stuff, because we want the new grips to stick, not fall off. And I think Clink picked a bad day to do this. It's windy out here. You know, Clink boy don't have a garage to work in, so. And now we're going to take the smaller diameter one and a little hairspray. Now what I like to do, just spray it down inside the actual grip. It works as a lube at first, and then it dries and gets really sticky. So now we got that lubed up. Slide it on and set it to where you want it, because once this stuff dries, that's it, it's done. And just like that, that grip's done. Now we're gonna go put all this fun stuff back together. How's the Clink knows what he's doing, huh? Put it back in the right way. T25. Spin that bad boy down. Line up your screw to your thread. And we're not going to tight yet. Now we got the top one to do. And we'll tighten that one up a little bit and make it snug. We're not going to tighten down our controls yet, because once we get all the new grips on, of course, you're going to want to get on the bike, stand it up, and try to get all your controls evened out and back to where they need to be. So for right now, we're just going to just slightly snug it up. Alright, we're going to leave that side as is. And let's get over to this side. Now, this is going to be the more technical side. You do not want to lose any of these brass parts or any of the little parts in here, because once you lose those, it's done. It's time to head to the Harley shop, and hopefully they have replacements. Oi, 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 oi. Alrighty. So again, be careful not to lose your little black screw. I'll take that one out. And take this one out. Now on here, oh yeah, I do got to take the rest of the top off on this side. I forgot. It's funny, it was just a couple months ago I did all this to put those other new grips on, and old Clean Boy already forgot. They say short-term memory. Yeah, I think I got permanent term memory. Alrighty, so we're going to take your screws and washers off, and very carefully, if we can get that to spin out a little bit more, that'd be great. Very carefully when doing so, you don't want your brake reservoir and anything up front to fall down and hit your tank or your fairing or anything if you have a fairing, and chip the paint. Well, that thing's just really, there we go. So you're going to lay that down nice and carefully. See, that works. All parts go back in there. Alrighty. Now, you'll see these little brass inserts. They fall off very, very easily. So you want to make sure when you're doing this not to lose those. So if you pull back this little rubber piece right here, which is easier said than done when you got parts in the way, and I'm going to have to get some tools out for that, which I think I got wrenches in here. We'll have to dig and see in the dirty saddlebag. Whoop whoop. Pliers work, just gotta pop it loose. I'm gonna pop that lock nut if I can get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get tools out. We'll be right back. I gotta go find some more tools. Hang tight, we're back. Need 3/8, a couple of 3/8. I don't have two 3/8, so I've got a 3/8 here and crescent wrench here. So all you're going to do is pop this nut loose and back it off a bit. That way you can back this off, and it takes the tension off the throttle. Gotta back off a little bit more. This is really fun to do when you got the wind blowing this hard at you. Alright, so now we back that off. We'll leave tension on that one. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Roll this back. Back that nut off back on the back side. And then release the tension on that one. Once you'll start noticing it's getting real sloppy now in the cables. That's where you want it, because you want to be able to roll that up and slide that out, trying to be very careful not to lose, like I almost did, this little guy right here, because once that's gone, you're in trouble. Slide that off right there, and very carefully, hope we don't lose that piece. Drop that down right there, and okay. Now we're going to take, this is my stock throttle tube that came with this bike in 2013. So we're going to roll that in, line that one up, right, just like that. Gonna take this little guy, roll it onto here, just like that. Roll this guy up, line him up right like that. Now you got both your cables back in. Now you're going to go reverse what you just did. Now you're going to start putting tension back on those cables, a little at a time. You don't want it too tight. You just want just a little bit of play in the throttle, just so that you have proper throttle tension. Now that's, right now I'm going to leave those just a little bit loose, because we are going to start putting everything back together again. Right? So, like so. Actually, let's do that last. Let's put these little guys, get this started first. Nope, that's right, I have to put the other one on first, because if you don't, you might not be able to get that notch back in where it needs to be. And I'll show you what notch I'm talking about here in a minute. Now on this system, on these Harleys like this, you got a little notch in here that's got to line up with that one there. So to put this back together, that notch has got to be, oh, I might have to move those lines again. There we go. So you want that lined up with said notch right there. And this ought to be fun doing it one-handed. We'll get these two started in here. Right. Just get a couple threads on there, just get it started. Same with the bottom, let's get it lined up. And just get it started. Now, I'm going to come step on this other side. It might be easier for you guys to see what I'm doing over here. Now we're going to put a little bit of tension. We're not going to tighten these up because we're still going to want to move them around in order to adjust mirrors and all that fun stuff to where they need to sit. So that's going to sit just like that. So I'm going to put a little tension on this top one, just to keep it from moving itself out of the way. So with that being said, you can see this little notch right here notches into that just like it's supposed to. Now we're going to put our control cover back on. Again, we're going to go with the T25. You want to make sure you got the right size on these torque bits because it's so easy to strip one of these out. Ask me how I know. Personal experience. Now again, I'm not going to crank these things down tight yet because once we get the grips in where we want them, we're going to want to be able to move this stuff around slightly. See what I mean? So we can, just so that we can get our adjustments right where we want them. All right, with that being said, now this I understand is the hardest part. El knifo, which might need to be sharpened. We got to cut this old rubber piece off, and from my understanding, it's really glued on there good. So we're going to cut without trying not to cut ourselves. See what I'm saying? Just cut that rubber off, and it's the glue they use at factory, my understanding, is some serious stuff. And these grips are pretty thick too, buddy. Yeah. I don't have a razor knife, I just got my pocket knife. That's all I ever have. Let's cut into that. Now we might need to take the pliers on this part, because that thing is really, really, really glued on there. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut just a little bit deeper on that if we can without cutting. No, you want to be careful not to cut the tube in half too. You do that, might as well get online and start ordering a new tube, or get to your Harley dealership to get a new one. Now there's easier ways to do this. Instead of cutting this off, I could have ordered another throttle tube, which I thought about doing, because I thought about getting the quarter turn throttle tube set up, which means at full throttle, instead of spinning all the way back this way, full throttle was about there. Just barely pull it back and you're at full throttle. But Clint's got a heavy throttle hand as it is, and I can see myself getting in a lot of trouble real quick. Well, who knows? Maybe later on down the line, maybe I'll give it a shot anyway. All right, well, you guys don't need to sit here and watch me fight this, so we'll come right back as soon as I got this thing off. All right, guys, we're back. That took a bit more than I thought it would. Holy crap, that stuff was glued on there. So, wind's blowing everything away. Clint needs to find him another place to live that has a garage. That's for sure. In the meantime, try to lock that stuff in there. All right, anyway. Now, once you get your grip off, you don't want to try to clean up as much of that rubber off of there as you can, because there was a lot on there. Now, just like the other side, I'll spray some hairspray up in that thing. Get in there real good. Slide right over and slide it in. Guarantee you this side's a bit tighter and harder to do than the other side, because I still got some of that rubber residue on that other side still. Alright, we're pulling it back off because something ain't right there. We're a little too tight. Whew. Let's try that again with a bit more lubrication. here we go. Now, when you get to this back side, you're going to want to kind of flip this rubber grip and work it around the top clamp piece. There we go. There we go. Now we're golden there. Oh, straighten it up a little bit. Back it off a little bit on that corner. You kind of want it aesthetically to look good. You don't want it to be like what I've got going on here, fighting it so hard. And you want to straighten it up. All right, so now we're gonna let that sit for a little bit, and we'll be right back. As soon as that stuff cures, we'll put everything back together and readjust and take it for a cruise. We'll be right back, you people. All right, everybody, we're back again. Now, one of the last steps we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to, you know, adjust our mirrors and try to center up everything to make it look just right. Which, for Clink, I don't have a bike stand to do with this on, and as you can see, my driveway leans at an angle, so I'm sitting on the bike holding it as straight as I can, and I'm just going to be adjusting as I can to try to center up everything and make it look good again. So I'm not going to tighten everything down tight. I'm going to make it to where I can still move things around a bit. That actually does not feel or look bad. I actually like that. I think we might have got it accidentally on one shot. Maybe twist that one up just to right about there. All right, well, we're going to start tightening everything down. So I'm going to tighten down these outside, get them good and snug. That's going to prevent those from twisting anywhere now. And of course, well, we got everything set where we want it. We can get off the bike again. We're going to tighten up covers. Just snug them up good. That's that. Get back over here to the right side. We're going to snug up that little one up there. And on my bike, my bike's always been like this. I cannot tighten these up too terribly tight or the throttle locks itself. And it's always been like that. I don't get it. Well, we might have to tear that apart again and do some lubing in that little section, because I can't have the bolts that loose, but we'll figure that part out. Yeah, we've got something going on in there that I don't like. Let's redo some adjustments here. See if we can't. There, we're getting there. Alright, let's try to tighten that up a little bit again. Just make sure we're still snapping back like we should. Lovely. Alright. So, with that being said, we're tight. We got nice return. Now we need to adjust the throttle just to get it where we need it, and then we'll be done with this project, and then we'll go for a little ride here in a little bit. Now on your throttle, there we go, a little bit less on the back half. Now you want your throttle to have a little bit of play in it, but not too much. And you want it to be able to snap back on its own. So we're just gonna set these here for now and see, take it for a ride and see how it feels. If we have to adjust it later, we'll have to adjust it a little bit later, but right now that feels about right. Actually, this front one feels a little bit too tight. There we go. So we're just going to tighten that back up a little bit on both sides, and again just tighten that up just so that the adjustment doesn't back out on you. Feels good. All right, we'll be back. We're going to take it for a little test cruise here in a little bit as soon as these grips set, because they're still a little bit wet in there. But we'll be right back. Peace. What's up, guys? We're back. All right, first impressions. I've let these things set up for about half hour, 45 minutes, so they're pretty sticky on there now. So we're gonna go for a ride. My very first impression, plush. Oh my God, so soft, so easy to hold on to. Not so much vibration with like those metal ones. English is hard. The metal ones I had, because they were, man, they vibrated, made so much rattling noise. I think we need to go for a cruise now and go feel these things. A couple places I gotta run around to anyway. Gotta go to the grocery store, get more Gatorade, more dog food for my pupper, and I need to go get some more gloves. So hang tight, we'll just cruise around. And wow, I really do like the feel of these grips right now. They're so soft, so comfy. So yeah, hang tight, we'll check it out. Woo! Yeah, definitely a total changer there. I like that feel. I don't know why I didn't go with these the first time. I'll tell you what, these were about $60 cheaper than the cheap metal ones I had, because the cheap metal ones were like 80 bucks. They were like 79 something plus shipping. I think we came out to like 82, 83 bucks to get into my house. And they fell apart like almost immediately. These, 20 bucks. And I mean, unless you were here grabbing a hold of these, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about, I don't think. But wow, huge difference of what it used to feel like. Nice soft, plus I don't feel the vibration in the bars at all. I mean, who knows, maybe that was part of what was going on with my hands getting numb and stuff riding long distance, because all that vibration. Well, let's go. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. So final thoughts. Honestly, I'm digging these new grips, man. They are so nice. And they're only 20 bucks. You can get them on Amazon. They're called Vans Colt. And man, they things just like game changer right there. The feel, just cannot say enough about these. So we're gonna end the video here, folks. I'm gonna run around and get the rest of the stuff I need for tonight, and we'll catch you on the next one. If you like my videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that bell icon. Gives you notification when I post up a new video. And if you haven't already done so, smash that subscribe button. It helps out my channel. Till next time, this is your boy Clink saying, keep it rubber side down, shiny side up. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.